making their way out onto the field. So just one change, and that is the introduction of Tommy Miller. He will be looking to make an impact this evening, try and get himself in this starting lineup on a regular basis. Of course, he's looking to make a real impression here at Preston after coming on loan. He's had to wait 2 games, but he's finally got the opportunity to impress this evening. It's a deep ball towards the back, and there's Page with a header forward. Immediately, first touch for Miller as he nods it away, and Page can clear ground up towards the halfway line. There's Pugh in his change position of left back, the one that he assumed after Matt went off with that hamstring injury against Crystal Palace. St. Ledger with the head in, which allows a nice bit of skill from Cedric, although he does give the ball away on that far side. Picked up by Doyle, who lays it off wide. And it's a punch ball forward from Clark. It's intercepted by St. Ledger, but gifted away. And there's a low left-footed shot, and the opening exchange going to Coventry City. Pugh has the ball, left-footed. That's a good cross in towards the centre. Header from Nugent, Marshall stranded, and that's what we were talking about. Delivery and the finishing header in the centre. A perfect cross that had Marshall stranded, and a header that he could only touch onto the crossbar. Preston have the lead through David Nugent. Preston 1, Coventry City 0.
Yeah, it was a fantastic header, a fantastic ball from Danny Pugh, far to the back stick, and great header from Nugent. Don't see too many of them, and it's a great goal.
Ball down that line. Whaley heads it back inside, and there's Nugent looking for number 6 of the season. Time to play the ball out wide, and then runs back into the centre to receive it back once again. It's over his head and headed away, and there's a crowd of Preston players in there. Whaley, Ajuman, and Nugent comes back out wide. Ball away. Cedric in there. There's Miller. Back to Cedric. Miller gets it back, plays it wide, and again it's down by the touchline. This time with Whaley, who gets round his man in towards the area. Whaley low, and that's a great save from Andy Marshall. And really, he shouldn't be able to shoot from there and get it in towards that bottom corner. Whaley did well to beat his man, get into the area. Everyone thought he'd laid into the middle, but he decided to shoot himself. When Simon Whaley gets a sniff of goal, he does like to have a shot, and that was a cracker. Cedric has not had the best of games so far. He's just been off the money for me slightly. 1 or 2 balls have just gone awry for him this evening. He's had the occasional bad game. He certainly has made that central midfield role his own. He's Pugh stretching for it, can't get there, and that's Adebola get hold of the ball. He plays in the centre. Cameron's arriving, and his shot takes a deflection, deflects off the woodwork. A minute or so to go to half-time. Again, big Dele Adebola trying to make his presence felt. Kept in by Tommy Miller, but he's just given the ball away again. Cameron coming over. Pugh tries to be clever, and Cameron capitalises. He's got 2 red shirts in the centre. His cross was charged down, and now Preston can come away with it. Ajuman picks it up. He's got Nugent outside him. He's done well. He's going to go himself. Ajuman round Page. Page leaves a foot in. Ajuman has another go, and it's just wide. And well, Nugent frustrated that he didn't get the ball at the last moment there, because a crowd of red shirts had collected around Ajuman, and Nugent had been left pretty much on his own. McKenna will take. Ajuman's on the front post. It's in towards the centre and headed away. No white shirt there. Comes back out, and they're trying to work it again. It falls to McKenna, who's going to take the throw quickly. In towards Whaley. Can he keep that in? Tries to use his pace and his strength. He gets hold of the ball. Pulls it back. There's Nugent, but he's fired it wide. And a golden opportunity for David Nugent to get his 2nd of the game. And he knows it as well as we do. Hands on head. He trudges away from the area. But Nugent knows that he should, Matt, have given Preston a 2-0 lead there.
Yeah, it was a great opportunity. I think that was easier than the actual goal. But it was great play by Whaley. Great hustling the defender to get it. Great pass, and obviously David, it's a great opportunity missed.
The ball over the top, and Ajuman trying to use his weight. He's done well. Hits it first time, and what an effort that was! Andy Marshall turns it over the crossbar, and Patrick Ajuman, who really does not do things by halves, unleashed a furious shot. He really does not do things by halves, does it?
No, exactly. Like you say, Pat pulls things out of out of nowhere, really. And goalkeeper made a great save, but can't believe the referee never saw it.
Well, as you can hear, the Preston fans have got wind of what's going on with Cardiff, and they're singing "We Are Top of the League." And now Coventry City come forward again. And it's John who's managed to get hold of the ball. He plays it out wide for Dele Adebola. Kyle has joined the attack, of course, up front, so they're playing 4-3-3 effectively. Into the centre it goes. Coventry City sense they might get something from this game yet. Preston North End, in the meanwhile, are looking to kill it off as they come down the right with Nugent. He's got plenty of players forward. Again, it's the wrong ball from Nugent. Look, he wanted a deep ball towards the far side. Nugent was free. Instead, he poked the ball forward looking for Simon Whaley. Down the right-hand side it goes again, and this time it's Adebola in space. Cuts into the area. There's a left-footed shot, and there's the equaliser that we could see coming. Adebola in space, and he worked it into the centre on his own and fired a left-footed shot into the far corner. It's Preston 1, Coventry City 1. Well, that's been coming for the last 5 or 10 minutes. Now they've got a bit more height in the area as well, with Dicchio loitering on the edge of it. Nugent's in there. Sedgwick's in there. Dicchio makes a run. Was he impeded there at the back? Referee says no, he has a good long look at it. Dicchio can't believe it. Lewis plays on, the referee, down the right-hand side. Low ball into the centre from Simon Whaley. Cleared away by Elliot Ward. The Preston fans show their, well, displeasure with that decision. And Dicchio did seem to be tussling. There's a long-range effort, left-footed from Lewis Neal, harmlessly wide. The Preston fans away to our right did not like that decision. And Matt, how did you see that?
It was a pen, me. I'm not being biased or anything, but like you say, he had a grip of his shirt, clearing on goal, and why is he going to go down? He's not going to go down with an opportunity like that. So, he's got to ask himself, why has he gone down?
That's a poor challenge, but Coventry City can make the most of the break down the left-hand side. And there it is, coming forward, Darren Curry with support in the centre from Stone John. Curry cuts onto his left foot now, back onto his right foot again, tries a curling shot, but it was charged down by Wilson, who eventually clears his lines. And that is the final whistle from the referee. And I just about played 4 minutes of time added on for stoppages. And Preston have to settle for a draw. A good performance, but they should have killed it off with 1 or 2 good chances for the likes of Simon Whaley and David Nugent. In the end, Coventry fought back, got back into the game through Dele Adebola, and Preston have to settle for a draw. But if I can tell you that Stoke were beating Cardiff by 2-0, the final score here, Preston 1, Coventry City 1.
Well, Nugent, another goal, top of the league, but not quite the result you were hoping for.
Yeah, in the end we're all disappointed, with the points on the table. It takes us top of the league. We've got a better advantage at the top of the league, but they pulled it back. I thought they were the better side in the second half and they deserve what they got.
You've been pleased to get back on the score sheet though. Goals haven't been too forthcoming for you this season.
Yeah, it's a relief to get on the goal. On the score sheet, to keep nearly saved it is also delighted it went in. So hopefully I can carry that on to next week.
Just frustrating at the moment that the chances aren't quite coming.
Yeah, we're getting restricted. It's a long shot now. It's like 3 or 4 of us had 40-yard strikes today. They're never going to go in, but that's what we're getting. We're only getting chances to do that. Defenders are sitting back. We can't get in behind them. So it's hard for us to get in behind and score goals, but we're ticking on. We're still unbeaten. Hopefully we can carry on.
It got mentioned after the game on Saturday that teams are coming here with a game plan. It proved to be the case again tonight.
Yeah, Palace did it. On Saturday. They've done it tonight, Tuesday. But overall, they deserved the point. First half, thought we edged it. Second half, they came out. We sat off them a bit. They were spreading the ball. They're playing really good football and deserve what they got.